When a patient is diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, the modern medical reflex is almost instantaneous. The doctor pulls out a prescription pad, orders medication to force down blood sugar, and adds a statin to protect the heart. On paper, this dual drug protocol appears to work. The patient's HbA1c, a metric showing their average blood sugar over 3 months, drops. Their LDL cholesterol also falls. Based on the lab report, the disease is officially controlled. Medicine has relied on this specific strategy for a long time. Ever since the 1920s, we have used exogenous, or externally administered, insulin to manage the visible symptoms of diabetes. But by focusing exclusively on normalizing these lab numbers, modern practice has developed a catastrophic blind spot. We stopped asking what these drugs are actually doing to the body's internal machinery. When researchers examined the long-term data for these standard protocols, they found a jarring contradiction. Major studies published in the New England Journal of Medicine and JAMA revealed a consistent pattern. Tighter blood sugar control using conventional medications actually worsens cardiovascular outcomes. Beyond the heart, this aggressive pharmacological control also increases all-cause mortality. Patients under the tightest chemical control died sooner than those with higher blood sugar. This presents a direct conflict in medical logic. If high blood sugar is lethal, the drugs that suppress it should, in theory, extend life. But the data shows the opposite. The data suggests that standard interventions are actively accelerating physiological decline. The treatment itself has become a mechanism for damage. To understand this failure, we have to look at how we define the disease. Historically, medicine diagnosed diabetes by finding excess sugar spilling into a patient's urine. While glucose is the visible symptom, the physiological driver of type 2 diabetes is hyperinsulinemia, a chronic systemic oversaturation of insulin. Insulin forcefully crams circulating sugar into already full cells just to clear the bloodstream. The body converts this stored glucose into ectopic fat, wrapping around vital organs like the liver and pancreas. This triggers localized inflammation, directly causing beta cell apoptosis, their physical death. Beta cells are the very tools the body needs to produce its own insulin and manage the disease naturally. The prescribed treatment is destroying the body's only natural defense. Dr. Ben Bickman compares this strategy to treating an alcoholic, giving them another drink to cure their addiction. Then we have the second pillar of standard care. Doctors are mandated to prescribe a statin to lower cholesterol, supposedly to protect the patient's blood vessels. Again, the surface-level results look positive. The statin successfully lowers LDL cholesterol on the patient's lab report, but the cost is hidden. Statins actively decrease the body's insulin sensitivity, making the underlying disease of insulin resistance harder to manage. They also cause secondary hormonal damage. Statins can reduce testosterone levels by up to 50%, stripping the body of a critical tool for maintaining metabolism and burning fat. Furthermore, statins independently promote the death of pancreatic beta cells, compounding the damage already being done by exogenous insulin. By destroying beta cells and spiking insulin resistance, the statin creates a feedback loop. The patient gains weight, requires more medication, and accelerates the very disease they are trying to survive. Standard care acts like a mechanic facing a glowing check engine light. Instead of looking at the motor, he simply snips the wire behind the dashboard so the light turns off. The dashboard, the HbA1c and LDL numbers, looks perfect. But underneath the hood, the engine of the patient's metabolic health is still destroying itself. Modern practice must move away from the obsession with end-stage symptoms like floating blood glucose and LDL cholesterol. True medical intervention requires a shift in focus. Success depends on abandoning the management of numbers in favor of reversing the root cause, systemic insulin resistance. The first physiological step is halting the constant input of excess glucose. Strict low-carbohydrate or ketogenic strategies remove the need for extreme, damaging insulin responses. We also have more targeted tools. GLP-1 agonists can be used to curb appetite and improve insulin sensitivity, without the damage of indiscriminately cramming glucose into cells. Then there is hormone optimization.
Yes, hormones, the true foundation of optimal health.
Restoring testosterone and estrogen to mid-high physiological ranges shifts the body's state, allowing it to actively burn visceral fat rather than store it. These root cause solutions repair the engine. They stand in stark contrast to the destructive cycle of prescribing more insulin and statins. Real medicine restores metabolic function. The goal is to halt the physiological cascade at the root before the damage becomes irreversible.
If you're interested in exploring more of these incredible connections from hormone optimization to metabolic psychiatry and regenerative medicine, be sure to subscribe and follow for more explainers just like this one. Thanks so much for watching this Within You Health production.